I have a question, Stuart. Hi, thank you. Um, you speak about in one of your books about how you learned to take the energy, the negative energy, and bring it to the hara, both within yourself and when you work with people. Could you explain a little bit of that process to those of us who do healing work?
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, um, you know, there are four elements in this meditation that are essential to learning how to develop a chakra system. And not learning how, but how to develop a strong chakra system. And the first element is the mind. It's the most powerful instrument we have. And, it also makes everyone crazy because people are constantly thinking and rational, and there's endless conflict in the mind. We have to learn to use the mind properly. The breath is another element. We have to learn to use the breath properly. Third and fourth element are really essential as well. The third one is the will to do it. And this one works when you develop that capacity in yourself to draw negative energy into the hara, into the third chakra. You need to use your will to do it. You have to master the negative energy. It has to truly listen to you. And it has to be conditioned to move from the mind, from the emotions, sexual energy into the hara. And a human being has the capacity to do this inside themselves. And certainly when look, I've known a lot of people that do Reiki and stuff like that, and not too many now, but years ago, I was inundated with people with doing Reiki. And one of my biggest concerns is they would put their hand on somebody, they would take the negative energy out of them, and they didn't know how to channel that energy inside them. They didn't know how to use their will, their mind, their breath to draw that energy into the chakra below the navel. Not knowing how to do that, understand that energy can poison their whole system. I remember the first time I ever did healing on anyone. I mean, this was, Rudy was working with this woman who had cancer, very serious, I think stage 4 cancer. And he asked me to go back and work with her. And I went back and I put my fingers on her forehead and I tried to channel the energy inside. And then so much negative energy came out of her into my system that I literally fainted at her feet. Fainted at her feet. It was so powerful. And Rudy came back and he was smacking me and calling me, you shouldn't do it. You got to really drop that tension. Well, over years of doing healing with people, I've learned how to draw that negative energy and take it, literally through my system into the chakra right below the navel. And this negative energy, which is killing people, it begins to transform itself into chi. It becomes a life-giving energy. Now, this is something that it took me years to learn, working with I don't know how many people. But once I learned it, I then learned that you can work with somebody. It's really interesting. You can take the negative quantity that is creating a cancer. You can draw that quantity into the sick person's chakra system and bring it right below the navel, turn it into chi, then draw it to the base of the spine and let the Kundalini energy just burn it up. These are very important elements in healing. But when one does healing, whatever it is, it could be chiropractic, it could be acupuncture, it could be Reiki, whatever, you have to know how to transform the negative quantity you're getting from somebody else into chi, into Shakti, into energy that moves from chakra to chakra and ultimately is burnt up when it flows to the base of the spine, and Kundalini is activated. These are very important elements. And my discovery through years of, is most healers don't understand that. They just take the negative quantity into themselves. And they can often get sicker than the person they're working on. So learning how to transform that negative quantity is not only an essential ingredient in having a spiritual life, but certainly an essential ingredient in learning how to heal people. And I think this is a very important element because, look, we all have tension. We all have this garbage that's inside us, and we need to learn how to transform these things that are blocking us, that are making us tense, that are filling our egos and our minds and creating a nightmare inside ourselves. We have to learn how to transform that into energy that is harmonious, that is balanced, that is rooted, that has real strength and power, because once we can do that, then you can open the heart, and the heart can really stay open, not just momentarily, but it can sustain deep openness inside oneself. All of this works together. It's not only about healing, it's about literally having a spiritual life, transforming the negative quantity and dealing with other people. People, you meet people and they're instantly dumping all their tension, and if you don't have that grounding inside, that tension can flood your system. But if you have that kind of grounding that I'm talking about, you can take somebody else's tension and bring it right there. And that tension will break down. It'll become chi. This is incredible. This thing works on so many dimensions, even to the dimension of being able to communicate with other people. Sometimes we have to break somebody else's tension down without them even knowing we're doing it, just to be able to communicate with them. People have so much tension. So yes, this is a very important element in what Rudy developed. And it's one of the most important things I learned from him, transforming my own tension, my own inner garbage, into chi, somebody else's, healing. All of these things are based on learning how to do what I'm talking about. And this is not something I can diagram on a blackboard and somebody can do. It takes time to evolve inside oneself where you organically do this kind of thing. And then it's real. It's not something that you learn like you read a textbook. Oh yeah, that sounds good. I'm going to try that. You can kill yourself. But by building an inner life over time, the chakra system gets strong enough to allow a person to do these kind of things. It opens up so many different dimensions of inner practice. Tantra, all kinds of stuff come.
Thank you. That was really, really important to hear. And
well, look, Brenda, you do acupuncture, and I hope that you can get the strength inside you to do, because it'll help you go much deeper with your patients. I mean it. It'll be incredible, by just learning this simple technique, developing it inside yourself.
Yeah, just by doing what we're doing here.
Yes, but but don't just start doing double breathing while you're sticking needles to people.
No.
Build the inner life so that the inner life goes across a bridge from this meditation class to whatever you do during the day. That's what this is about. Then you literally will work out your karma in the world. A bridge is created between one's inner life and everything that we do during the day. And what's amazing about that is you don't blame anybody, nobody's fault. You build that inner life and it gives you the strength to deal with whatever stuff goes on in the world. Somebody asked me about detachment, you learn how to get detached this way.
Thank you very much. It was
You're welcome.
really, really helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, Stuart, let's try.
Yes.
So to be clear, is the fourth element the transformation of that energy?
Well, there are three elements. What do you mean? The fourth element is the need to grow. Without the need to have a spiritual life, none of this is going to work. You have to tap that need in yourself, and it has to manifest in you being willing to do whatever you have to do to make it work. But without need, which is the fourth element, none of this works. Well, it's just meditation, it's this, it's that. I can go to a class, I don't have to go to a class. When that need gets real, you go to where you can fulfill that need. And you do it. You do it consistently. You work on yourself consistently. I mean, that need is almost more important than the will to do it, because without the need, nothing works. And once you get a taste of God or spirit, my God, that need grows so profound inside you that you just will do what you have. I mean, when I was a kid and I met Rudy, I said, whatever I have to do to learn this, I'm going to do. He told me things. We're going to go move to the Middle East. We're going to, but well, whatever you want, Rudy. I need to learn this. Go to Denton, Texas, and spend 3 weeks. Turned out to be 9 years. And I needed to do that because I needed to do the kind of work I was doing in order to prepare me for the rest of my life. And it's on and on and on. Even this, I mean, you think I ever thought for 1 second that I'd ever be sitting here with Zoom doing meditation? I mean, really, it's almost a joke to me. But here I am with 35 people sitting here, teaching on a level that I'm just amazed that it goes to this kind of level. It's what I need to do. I've been doing this for years. What I need, not what I want to do, what I need to do to grow. And it's not so bad. I mean, look, all of you are just wonderful. I look at your faces and it's a dream, to look at so many bright faces, 7 times a week. It's extraordinary, I mean, you read the news and there's so much bullshit going on in the world that you see people that are sitting there open to find God. This is extraordinary. And on Zoom, wow. It's extraordinary. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Yes, Stuart, does this practice work on us in our dream state?
Yes. I can give you a little exercise that, just before you fall asleep, just take a little breath into the crown chakra. It'll open the crown chakra and you'll experience a dream reality that will allow this energy to work on you while you sleep. Yes, this energy works on you 24 hours a day. You are open to it, If you don't open and develop a chakra system, it's just like water going past a rock. It doesn't go in. But when you have that training and development to keep the chakra system, 24 hours a day, this works on you. I mean, do you think that when this class ends, the energy doesn't flow through me and connect with all of you, wherever you are? I mean, people are here from all over the world. Connects. There's no time, there's no space, just connects. And that's literally 24 hours a day. I mean, God doesn't go to sleep when we stop this meditation class. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, can you talk a little bit more about commanding the negative energy? You said when you really have command over it and the will and the need, you can really just send it down to the hara and in a different level. Could you unpack that a little bit? Just speak a little bit about commanding that negative energy from your experience?
When you have that strength inside yourself, the negative energy will listen to you. You'll be able to draw it right into the third chakra, right below the navel. When you have that kind of inner capacity, you know, this can save anybody from having more than a minute of depression. You can take your depression down there. You can take your unhappiness down there. You can bring your sorrow there. You have the will to do it. You have the strength inside to do this kind of thing. And it heals people. It cures them of so many ailments that they can have. I mean, I always said it when I was a young man, 25, 20, I mean, I would go into states of depression that would last 3-4 months at a time. And I could feel them coming and there was nothing I could do about it. When I learned this technique from Rudy, I discovered there was something I could do about it. And when I would feel that depression come, I would just draw it down. I would bring it down to the third chakra, right, the hara, right below the navel. And I kept doing it and doing it. And now if I ever feel a tinge of that, it just listen, it goes right there, disappears. It's like Pavlovian dogs. You got to condition yourself, you know, and learn how to do this. But if you condition yourself and learn how to do it, it saves you so much agony, so much tension, so much unhappiness. And it also saves the people in your life so much agony and so much tension and so much unhappiness, you know? I hope it's clear, you know, because it's a very important element to the meditation that we practice.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, Wendy. It wouldn't be a complete class if you don't ask a question. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, there'll be meditation tomorrow evening, same time. And, you know, God bless you all. Thank you. And I can't tell you how much gratitude I have to sit here and to do this with all of you and to really feel the connection, you know, inside myself with literally people all over the world. It's extraordinary. So bless you. And I hope that you're all learning as much as I'm learning from these classes, because to me, it's been like a miracle doing this, you know? So God bless you all. And hopefully I'll see everyone tomorrow and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
All right, Stuart, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stu.
Thank you.